The power of video for massive influence and engagement. My aim is to teach you to become an internet marketer so that you can promote your own website, or so that you can promote someone else's, so you can run a business, or so that you can create an SEO service. But I don't just want you to be an internet marketer. I want you to be a cut above the rest. And that means getting real. What do I mean by this? I mean that you need to stop doing all the bits that are easy to do at home on a computer, and to instead start getting involved in real business. This means that you need to go to those networking events I mentioned earlier. It likewise means you need to make videos. Get in front of the camera, learn to edit, invest in some good quality background music. Yes, it can be stressful, and it's something that might not come naturally to you. But if you can create high-quality video as well as high-quality content and SEO, then you will be leagues above most of the internet marketing gurus out there. Video can make all the difference to your marketing campaign. Firstly, that's because it is something that a lot of people can't easily do. If you have a good camera, if you know how to edit, if you can present yourself well on camera, then you immediately set yourself apart as a professional. Now you are someone to be listened to and trusted. On the other hand, if you are just running a website and filling it with articles and stock images, from the perspective of your audience, you could very well be a kid in your mom's basement. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but if you're trying to establish trust and authority, then a video will go a long way. Likewise, a great video is also a perfect tool for increasing the amount of engagement with your audience and building a stronger relationship. Trust me on this one. If you have a YouTube channel that is moderately successful, you'll build a much more loyal and engaged following than you would through a website alone. For many creators, this is the big change they need and can make a huge impact to their growth. That's because talking on film means they get to know you. They're more likely to watch all the way through because video is naturally more engaging, and you can convey more emotion with music, clips, animation, and more. So, don't be afraid of this step. It could be the crucial difference that defines your success going forward. Invest in a good camera and step in front of it. And as an aside, if you're selling a product on a landing page or promoting a business through a homepage, then adding an explainer video or persuasive sales video can make a massive difference. So many companies struggle with the single most basic and important job of any homepage, explaining precisely what it is that business does. I really have a pet peeve of landing on a business site and being told that it uses cloud-based solutions to provide synergistic process fixes through VAS and POS software systems. Showing off with clever words does not make sales. But having a video that plays automatically and explains clearly and concisely what the business does will. Social media marketing done correctly. Social media marketing is one of the hardest aspects of internet marketing for a new business to understand, but it's also the one that makes the biggest difference in many cases once it finally clicks. The aim of social media marketing is not only to get your articles seen by lots of people, but also to create a community around your brand. It is to talk directly to your audience and to get them to trust and like you. You need to make them think of you as a friend or as a trusted company that they can get behind and rely on. Your aim is to use social media as it is designed to be used as a communication tool. The problem is that so many internet marketers and small businesses see it instead as nothing but a podium for their marketing. They post things like, "Try our new product today," and "Find out why we're the best in the business," and wonder why engagement is low. Would you bother to follow a Twitter account if that was all it ever posted? Instead, you need to provide the audience with value, which means providing them with more of what they came to get from your website. You do this by sharing links and posts, but also by sharing images and tips. You need to demonstrate quickly to your audience that you are providing this value through your social media, and the best way I know to do this is to include a widget on your website showing a feed from your Twitter and Instagram accounts. That way, as soon as someone lands on your website, they will see the posts you've made, and they'll have easy access to a button so that they can instantly start to follow you. Selling the dream. Sharing tips, advice, and entertainment in these ways will often work. That is a very good way to bring more people to your site. But what can also work very well is to sell the dream. Because one of the most important things to recognize about marketing and about sales is that people don't buy based on logic. People buy based on emotion. People buy things that they want, and they buy things that they think are desirable, that they think other people want. People buy in a rush because they have a feeling that if they don't act quickly, they will lose the opportunity. This is something that a good persuasive writer can use well. And people often follow a brand or an individual on social media for similar reasons. For escapism, for vicarious living, to chase a feeling that they enjoy. This is why women on Instagram become rich and famous posting images of themselves wearing nice clothes and going out partying. People can follow those creators on social media and feel as though they're partaking in that lifestyle. They can enjoy the way it makes them feel, and they can be inspired. Of course, this makes that person very good at selling clothes too. Likewise though, if you have a fitness brand, then you will likely want to promote that brand using social media by showing images that gel with the message you want to convey. You won't post images of you lying in front of the TV with a six-pack of beer resting on your gut. You'll post images of you running on the beach as the sun rises, or hitting the weights hard at 6 a.m. If you have a blog about earning money online, you'll post images of yourself in a suit, sitting at a computer or looking at code. You'll sell the dream and the value proposition. The value proposition is the emotional hook. This is the why that drives your business. Why do people follow you? How do they want you to make their lives better? And how can you communicate this better? Social media for communication. And like I said, social media is also a tool for communication. This is how you get people involved with your brand. It's how you get people interested in what you have to offer and make them feel you're listening. Like, if you have a problem with whatever they have bought, they can get in touch with you and you'll answer. That means you need to be interactive. So post regularly to your social media channels and ask questions. Run competitions and best of all, try out Facebook Live. Being able to talk directly to your followers is an immensely powerful thing and can massively increase engagement and trust. What's more is that right now Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are all trying to promote their live features. So if you go live right now, your audience will be notified and lots of people will likely get involved. Now, you can ask them what kind of content they'd like to see from you, what kind of products. You can ask questions. You can share your genuine gratitude for their support. Another immensely powerful strategy is to find other online communities to take part in. Good examples include forums, of course, but also subreddits and more. These are very powerful places to find new people to market your content to. But if you jump into one of them and post a link to your site, chances are the link will be removed and you may be banned. Best case scenario, you'll receive a lot of negative flack. But on the other hand, if you spend time in that community and answer questions, chat to people, build trust and get to know everyone, then if you mention you have a website, this is an entirely different story. Now you have a legion of people that trust you, some of whom might even consider you friends, and they will be there to support your brand every step of the way and to help you promote it on social media and elsewhere. Note, these social communities are also examples of routes to markets. These are places on the web where the people who make up your target audience congregate. Any platform you can find that lets you communicate directly with the correct audience is a route to market. Other examples include things like industry magazines or clubs. Look for routes to market, as these always offer great marketing opportunities. Finally, make sure that you are always answering any direct messages, comments on YouTube, comments in your posts on Facebook, etc. All this builds more trust, more loyalty, and more interest for your brand. Read the book 1000 True Fans, and you'll see why these relationships are worth cultivating. Branding and building a brilliant website. Absolutely central to all of this is branding. In today's environment, having a brand for your website or business is the most valuable thing you can do to ensure engagement and to build success. And it ties in with just about everything we've said so far up to this point. Your brand is what should tie your entire message together and what should help to perfectly target your ideal audience. It's what will elevate your site above being just another spammy site designed to get ads and turn it into something that people and Google love. Google came out several years ago now and said that it would support brands more in the future. A lot of people reacted badly to this news, seeing it as an attack on the little guy. The assumption was that Google would now be a big fan of sites like Coca-Cola and not care about smaller, unknown creators. That's not the point at all. Small brands are fine. Personal brands are fine. Brands that use your name. What's not fine is calling your website something like ways-to-gain-abs.com. That's not a brand. That's a keyword. That's you making it abundantly clear to Google and your prospective visitors that you don't care about the quality of your work. You don't have professional pride. You have a tool for making money. A brand goes in hand with professional pride because it shows that you are keen to create something that people will remember and that you want to be associated with the work you do. If you build a brand, then you have a message and you have accountability. Think about it. All of the top websites that you visit currently have a strong brand. They likely have a great logo, their own style, a strong design language throughout their website. They know what they are, and they know who they're for. And this comes across in the quality of their layout, in the cohesion across their social media, all with the same username, the same logo, and the same ethos, and in the little touches like their video's background music and their bottom thirds. This is what makes something memorable and professional, and this is what you need to do as well. How do you create a brand? Creating a brand doesn't mean creating a logo. A logo is just one aspect of a brand, and it's not what comes first. What comes first is a mission statement. A mission statement is a phrase belonging to a business that says what it's all about. This should explain what, how, and why. What do you make, sell, or do? How do you do it differently? Why do you do it? I highly recommend watching Simon Sinek's excellent TED Talk on the Golden Circle at this point. It's called How Great Leaders Inspire Action. Most companies will think about the what. We make hats. We design websites. We provide legal advice. Many will think about the how. We use the best materials. We outsource to China. We resell, but with a value add. But the why is what matters most. This is the motivation that spurred you on to get involved in the business in the first place. It is what makes you get out of bed in the morning. And it's once again why you cannot have a successful website or business in a niche or industry that you don't truly care about. So, if you have a restaurant, maybe your why is because you want to introduce the world to healthier, cleaner, and more responsibly sourced food. If you have a website about fitness, maybe your why is because you want to inspire the feeling of accomplishment in your audience. Whatever the case, you need to understand this because it is what will give you your value proposition. It is what will give you your design language. And it is what will create your marketing opportunities for you. This will also allow you to find your buyer persona. This is your ideal customer. And through a combination of surveying and of thinking about your brand, you will be able to draw them up. Now, you need to ensure that your strategy is aimed at this person. It is a huge mistake to make a website that you want to be for everyone. If you do that, then it won't be particularly interesting or inspiring to anyone. The key to remember is to make people into real fans. Remember, content marketing and new SEO are about the quality of your followers, not the quantity. You want engagement. Ask yourself, is yours the kind of brand that someone can be a fan of? People just don't know about Apple. They are fans of Apple. People are fans of Tim Ferriss. They like what these brands stand for. They feel they know them. They want to associate with them. To get to that point where your site is inspiring to people, you need to stand for something other than getting clicks on your AdSense, web, and logo design. With all that decided, you can now go about designing your logo and your website. The logo should be simple, it should be minimal, and it should be versatile. This logo will be used across all your social media, on your website, etc. You need to avoid being cliche while at the same time making it clear what your site is about and who it is for. In an ideal world, the combination of your logo and company name should be enough on their own in order to let the right people know that your brand is for them. If you're struggling for ideas, try making a mood board. This is a collage made up of images, logos, site designs, and more that you like the looks of. Looking at these can help a lot to give you a kind of direction for your brand. If you put them all together on the page, you can then start to get ideas for unique ways of combining them, and that will give you ideas for your own design. Actually, build the logo using Adobe Illustrator. This creates vector files, which are files that can be resized to any degree without losing any of their quality, and which can be edited as well. JPEGs, PNGs, and GIFs are not portable or flexible enough for your uses. So that is another thing I want you to learn. I want you to learn to use Illustrator and to make good designs. Like videography and photography, this is a skill that will elevate you above spammer and into content developer. That's when you start to become highly in demand. WordPress. Finally, the website itself should be built using WordPress. This is a free tool used by over a quarter of the websites on the net, including many of the biggest brands. It is highly customizable. There is massive community support, and it is completely free. You can install new plugins with a single click to add more functionality, and you can install new themes in just the same way too. And by doing all these things, you'll be able to make sure your site meets all of the requirements we've learned about over the course of this training. That means being able to implement AMP, Accelerated Mobile Pages, with a single plugin, for instance. Being able to install a theme and know your site will have a responsive, mobile-friendly layout, or being able to apply ad semantic markups. Using WordPress means using a tried and tested tool that has helped countless others to become highly successful. There's no good reason to introduce more elements of confusion into the mix, or to make life harder for yourself by using a tool with less support that requires you to implement these features yourself. Your strategy. We've covered an awful lot here, but we still haven't covered everything. Not by a long shot. We haven't even touched on email marketing, for instance. Nor have we discussed how to go about conquering YouTube. We haven't really dived into good grammar, etc. for your blog posts. But this is about the bigger picture. This is about strategy. I hope you've learned enough to now understand how internet marketing works and what you need to do. It's about having a solid brand, one that people can get behind and feel excited for. It's about having a great logo, a modern web design, and content that is unique and exciting. If you can do all of that, then you can create a brand that will inspire and create true fans, and that Google will like too. It's about expanding your own skills to create wonderful multimedia content and branding. It's about being able to make videos, to understand the psychology of persuasive writing, to sell the dream through your social media. Develop your skills. Don't be afraid to step in front of the camera or to network in person to find those opportunities for collaboration. Be a real professional who is proud of your work. And the rest is just implementing a regular, steady stream of high-quality content with subtle use of keywords and LSI. It is a matter of getting guest posts on the highest quality websites. It's a matter of sharing your content on social media. That is how you create a cohesive internet marketing strategy.